This is your first time here. I'm Ann, I'm 60, and I make videos for women over 50 to help us kind of rediscover ourselves, our vitality, our confidence, and getting ready with you as we talk through my NIRA trial results. And I'm going to put those up here. We'll add that in, so stay tuned. All I can say is I am giving you my honest opinion and my honest perception of what I'm seeing. I have to be aware and remind myself that I didn't get to this place overnight or in a couple of weeks or a few months. I'm 60. It has taken years of impact from the sun and external elements and things like that. The effect of sleep, hydration, lack thereof. All of those things are affecting my skin. All of those things are what I'm seeing when I look in the mirror, both in my body, in my physique, and in my skin. And so to think that in 90 days, I'm going to see everything reverse, it's just not realistic. However, what I can tell you is I do see improvement. I'm going to tell you specifically what I see, and I hope it's helpful in your buying decision as you look at my results, and just so that you have this information in your mind that helps you, if you're using it, to kind of have those realistic expectations of the changes I'm seeing as someone who has committed to doing this and the results that I'm seeing. If you haven't seen the video of how I'm using it during this trial, I am doing the NIRA Pro at night. I'm doing it on my face, neck, chest, and hands. And then in the morning, I'm using the Precision to quickly hit these spots on my hand, usually this right here and under my chin. I am hitting those spots, and I'm not doing it every morning. I forget. I forgot this morning. But I'm trying. And if I want, I can come in and get these real deep crevices on my chest with the Precision. I just tend not to do it every morning. On the weekends, yes. And by using the NIRA Precision, the hyaluronic acid, and the youth renewal peptide cream, I think I can fairly, not scientifically, but fairly share with you what I think my results have been. The pores on my face, I think, continue to look less noticeable. I've also noticed that the lines between my right here, these 11s as they call them, that they are, I believe, less deep. I think that the texture above my eyes here is better. It is the area that when I stop right here in these lines, I do feel it begins to fall. But I honestly think that what I'm seeing here and under these lines right here and on the side, I do think they're better. It feels like it's a little bit lifted, fuller, not as sunken. And under the eye, when I'm not wearing makeup, I think you can really tell how smooth it is. It's less crepey. It's an issue with skin and the way skin changes and the appearance of it that makes me look and feel older. So, improvement in pores, size, and bumpy look. Texture under the eyes, I think it's smoother, and I think they're a little bit fuller. They're not as sunken looking. This area right here is better, keeping it here and up here. This area I feel is looking better. When I started using it, these were, I felt longer and more sunken, were more pronounced. These areas right here where my, I had very significant marionette lines are improving. I feel like this is my neck. And I feel it, certainly here. You don't see the line under here as much as in my initial pictures. So this, to me, this marionette area, where it looks like you have a puppet mouth and the lines that go with it, I do think they're getting better. I'm not gonna stop using this thing. And I know that if I do it every day, it feels more youthful. Feels more youthful. I think it looks plumper, and I can see the results. The other thing I'm noticing are my hands. I have been very proactive in finding something that helps reduce the look of these spots on my hands. I have, for the last couple of years, been using the NIRA Precision. The other thing I have been doing is using the Maylove Trio. Everything I do on my face, I do in my neck, my chest, and my hands. So I started using that NIRA Pro on my hands, and what I do is I go down my whole thumb. I go all of this, and all of this. And I do that on both hands. And probably within 45 days, I started seeing the spots lighten. For me, this is so much lighter. I don't know if you can see that. But here's the other big change. My hands, I feel, look at least 5 years younger, maybe 10. When I would bend them, when I would drive to work and look at my hands, I wish you could, I'm gonna hold it in the light here and see if that helps. When I would bend them, all of this was so crepey and just aged looking. And I'm telling you what, if I could be here in person with you, I think you could. Of course, you'd have to see them before. But when I bend them like this, they're not as crepey. When I look at them on the steering wheel, of course I see aged hands. They are not what they were when I started. I think the NIRA Pro is a tremendous solution. Doing that every night and then hitting the spots in the morning with the Precision has changed my hands. And I'm so excited. Now, I continue to do all the things on my hands that I have been doing, which is Retin-A, the Maylove stuff, and every now and then I will use that faded cream. I want to keep trying because I want the whole cocktail of all the things that work. And, you know, just like anything, if you want something to work, you do have to do it every day. I use my habit tracker. If you haven't downloaded it, it is a free download at my site, AnnEvolving.com. I use this for so many things. I use it for my NIRA. I use it for the products I'm using to visually tell me how I have to use something and how often it's recommended, so that in a couple of weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, 90 days, I can look back and say, okay, I did that almost every day, or I said I would, or it says you should, but I only did it 2 or 3 times a week. So is my thought of it didn't work that I didn't do it, or that it didn't work? And I'm telling you, it's super helpful because it has helped me not only push myself to do the things I'm supposed to do with this and other changes or trials that I'm doing, but it helps me see, did I really do it? Is it working? Is it not working? And then I can make these adjustments. So for the NIRA, hands and face, a definite yes. Also for the neck, I do believe that this is lifting. I do believe that the wrinkles, I think the lift here on the jawline, I think this area right here is less than it was. The weight I'm losing might have something to do with it, but I've been losing weight for 2 years now. And so I don't think that's the significance in these 90 days, but I will share that with you in case that's what you are thinking. I don't think that is what truly is lifting this area. I think it's the NIRA Pro because the wrinkles are changing, the depth of those wrinkles. And I think it's the tool doing what it says it's going to do, which is deeply working on the elastin and collagen and rebuilding that, which makes it lift. Those fibers grow and lift. And I do think it requires everyday usage, and at least for the first 30 to 45 days. I mean, then if you go to every other day, I think it's okay. I think you just have to keep going. And I will keep using this. I love how it feels and I love the results. The last thing I want to share with you is my chest and what I'm seeing. So I'm back and I put on a shirt where you can kind of tell. This is the area. I'll take this off because I don't want it to mask anything. This is the area that is got very severe lines here and also around here. And there's also a lot of raised these KPs, I think the keratosis pilaris, but I want to do it this way so you can see as much as possible with the light hitting it and turning side to side so that you can see if you notice any of the improvement that I notice. So again, this is the best I can do with light and whatnot, but I will share the photos and I will try and zoom in on them so you can get a good idea of what I'm seeing. So, all right, stay tuned. Okay, so that wraps up the video. I hope the pictures were helpful, giving you an update on my 90-day NIRA Pro laser devices and topicals trial. I really recommend you watch How to Have Younger Skin in 90 Days. And I do know I owe you one more video in that series, which is how to put all of those things in the regimen so that you can see results. And so stay tuned, be sure to subscribe. That is coming very soon. Thank you for being here, and I look forward to seeing you in the next one.